welcome to my new DORORO video. The last episode ended where I was. It ended with Hyakkimaru on a vengeance mission to get back his body because he really desperately wanted to save Dororo when she was in trouble, and he couldn't because he didn't have the hands to move the rocks. It just, even to leverage, his body limits him essentially. Like, I'm sure in many ways having, you know, the synthetic body that he does has benefits, like whoosh, whoosh, swords for hands. You can see that as a benefit, I guess, if you want. But point is, he deserves a human body. It's his body. It's what we are born with. We come into this world fucking naked. We have no skills, no strength. We rely on others. But the one thing we have is our fucking body. So he deserves that, and I am totally with him on his journey to get back his body from the demons and the person who took it from him. It's a spy. Until the sun-burnt skin ruptures, there's a light in the depths of the seething darkness. The story of breaking the cycle of suffering. Oh, what a wonderful, beautiful theme that is. The cycle of suffering. I have been talking about it quite often recently. In Tokyo Ghoul, for example. A similar theme is going to be apparent in Attack on Titan, I can tell you now. And it's actually in real life right now, very applicable in South Africa and the rest of the world, the cycle of suffering. And this is the story of breaking the cycle of suffering. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you expect him to be okay with the fact that you gave his body away to demons and left him to die? Oh, that's right. You left him to die, so you expected him to be dead. So how dare he come back to claim his body? How fucking dare he? You raised him to be just like you. I have a bad feeling that at the end, even if he does get his body back, which he deserves, he might end up losing Dororo. Yeah, because he's the one that caused all the wars, not the fucking lords, the greedy lords. He's the one.
国の民を苦しませるわけにはいかぬ。災いを払いに行くぞ。はっ。
おい、ちょっと待ちな。あんたら大悟の人かい？
違うけど。
だったら悪いことは言わねえ。おい。
何やってんだよ。だったらおいらついてってやんねえぞ。
Don't go with him.
なぜだ？奪ったのは奴らだ。俺も感じる。ドロロと同じに。
どうしたらいいんだよ。
Let me tell you, there's no fucking right choice because Daigo fucked it up for everyone by doing it in the first place. When you make a fucked up choice, you make it more difficult for the generations after you to fix your fucked up choices.
私は及ばずながら若の右腕となり、兵庫は左腕として宿願成就のその時まで全身全霊ですぐそこだ。はい。
進め！大悟など恐るるに足らず。
You know that we're only getting like we just saw pretty Daigo saved 2 kids and made them work for him for the rest of their lives. So you know that's all fine and well, but you know that this side has stories like that too. This side feels like they're on the right side. Daigo's side feels like they're on the right side. Daigo and his son, they think oh, we want our land to be the strongest, we want peace. This side wants the same fucking thing. They all think they're fighting for the same fucking thing. Can't even fucking give him a fair fight. 3 versus 1, what the fuck? And you all try to fight him at once and yet he's still beating you guys. The fuck you doing? Jesus fucking Christ, are you gonna explode the horse? You sons of bitches. You sons of fucking bitches. You motherfuckers. I knew that was gonna happen. Rapidash! Whoa. Midoro. This picture has gotten clearer. Oh, look, her hair's long. Does this mean she survives? Okay, I just wanna check if Kevin Chan commented. I look really yellow because of the black. I humbly become your right hand, loses her right arm. Hyogo has become your left, loses his left arm. Coincidence? I think not. Is this what they call the so-called karma? Symbolism at its finest. Next episode, Hyakimaru on horse with 2 blades. Sasageo. Makes me think of Susume! This person comments, I'm not going to read his name because it's rude. This episode was the best episode of Dororo, period. Hyakimaru's rage when he said to that traveler, out of my way, telling Dororo how he wants to feel, and destroying those 2 bodyguards, and the white horse explosion. Okay. Imagine losing a 3 versus 1 to the same guy like 3 times. Good game, get good scrubs. Isn't he still half of a guy? Dude still doesn't have arms or eyes and probably other stuff. Yeah. My happiness can't be explained when I saw those 2 losing one of their arms. Okay, I wouldn't call it happiness, but I would kind of call it karma. Now they will understand at least a little bit of Hyakimaru's suffering, who survived so long with any of the body parts, but I guess since they are retarded R-word assholes, they are still going to be like, fuck, you are a demon. These idiots, this idiot trio needs to die. I don't give a shit about their non-logical reasoning. What really drives home that point is the guard that showed up at the end to save them. Even if you become the devil, do what you must. Oh yeah, says the land with the whole of hell. I'm sorry, what did you say? I thought our side was the good side, as we use a pure white horse as a living bomb. Because the good guys always have to kill a child and her companion. That's how all the good guys do it, right? It's like, you will never ever win. If you have to do evil things, doesn't matter what your intentions are. If you have to kill an innocent life, it's not fucking stealing. You're not stealing someone like a rich person's bread. You're not fucking Robin Hood. Robin Hood, that's not what I mean, like doing evil for good deeds. Stealing is not evil. Stealing is not the best thing you could do, but if you don't have another choice and you need food to eat and you take food from a rich person, that's not gonna kill them. Like that is, you can reason that only up to a point. You can use that reasoning only up to a point. But the moment where it becomes, oh, I need to take this innocent baby's life, you're not, whatever you're gonna do after that's gonna be cursed. You're gonna become the devil. Oh god. I am triggered, but I have been triggered since very early on in this anime, and it's only getting worse until the end, when everyone fucking dies, and then the cycle will just begin again. Because then the whole evil end, because that's what people do. They do fucked up things, evil things, and they justify it because like, I'm doing it for good reasons. I want to save my land and be powerful and keep the peace. But the other side is thinking the exact damn same thing, and they're just using their reasoning, so they just do fucked up things too. And then the people who suffer for the fucked up things that you choose to do, Hyakimaru, wants to retaliate because damn well he's supposed to. What the fuck do you expect him to do in that situation? And then everyone's doing fucked up things, and the fucked up cycle continues. And no one sits down for a minute and decides like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that in the first place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I took your body. Take it back. Let's find a way to not work with demons and still save our land. Like, and I've already explained the whole, people are still gonna die. Like, you might still suffer. But everyone dies eventually. Not everyone has to kill, though. Watch episode 8 of Tokyo Ghoul. Kevin-chan, where is your comment? I wish I could search this. Aha ha ha! Kevin-chan, stop clicking. There we go. We're definitely in the final arc of the series, and man, if that wasn't an amazing way to kick it off. The fight choreography was freaking excellent, and whenever Hyakimaru and Tahomaru fight, it always gives me that Obi-Wan versus Anakin vibe, not in the story sense, but in the sense that the two fighting in this dance of death is both beautiful and tragic at the same time. I always have that sense that had situations been different, Tahomaru could have been a hero in the story, but it seems like right now, there is basically no hope of saving him. He was raised by fucking Daigo. Just read the first couple of pages of Dororo and you'll see what kind of person Daigo is. The person I always knew him to be. But everyone's like, oh no, he did it for his land. Go read Dororo. First few pages. You don't even have to try very hard. Just go read that. There is basically no hope of saving him. His blind quest to kill Hyakimaru has turned him into the demon he claims Hyakimaru to be. As the episode's title communicated, this was an episode that heavily focused on the idea of suffering both outwardly and inwardly and how difficult it is to bring that pain to an end. Looking at outward suffering, you have the war between the Daigo and Asakura clans, the epidemic that afflicted the villages and seemingly has stuck Mutsu, the horse that was torn away from its child and later used as a living bomb. Mutsu and Hyogo each losing an arm. Did he just call he called the horse Mutsu? And Dororo's capture by Daigo's men, among others. All these examples deal with the physical pain and the loss associated with them. They clearly communicate that despite everything else that is going on, conflict breeds suffering, and that suffering is indiscriminate and brutal. And none of that would have happened if Hyakimaru had just damn well stayed dead. Fuck Hyakimaru, right? Because people wouldn't be warring against each other if Hyakimaru had just stayed dead. That's how the world works. On the inward side of things, you have Hyakimaru's pain not being whole and his frustration at being seen as nothing more than a demon when all he really wants is to become fully human. Tahomaru's anger and rage at not being able to kill his brother and thus in his mind bring peace to his land. Dororo's pain and sadness that Hyakimaru may lose himself in this quest for his body, and the mother's frustration at her helplessness to stop her sons from killing one another. These are examples of inward suffering seemingly caused ultimately by the desire to have things that are either just out of reach or are slipping from one's grasp. Hyakimaru desperately wants his body back, Tahomaru wants his land to have peace and to know the prosperity it once knew. Dororo doesn't want Hyakimaru to lose himself in his own pain and anger, and the mother wishes that she had the means to stop her sons from destroying one another. I love the tragic beauty of the episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this final arc ends. Then Type Pesero. I think Hyakimaru really feels bad if you combine the last episode. Dororo nearly drowns and Hyakimaru's half body is of no use to him, even breaking down as he attempts to rescue. He was about to lose the only one that was a true friend to him. Dororo is seeing his resolve as going to the dark side, where Hyakimaru has resolved himself to never be that useless again. Hyakimaru has finally decided to get his body back for reasons of selflessness. Sure, Dororo can't see that yet, but I can't blame the kid for not recognizing the change. Hyakimaru did stop when Dororo said he would run away, further reinforcing the idea Hyakimaru is reclaiming his body no longer for himself. No, definitely, part of it is obviously he's always wanted his body back because, like I said, that's the only thing you have in this world, the only thing you're born with. And definitely in the last episode when he's like, remember when Dororo and Hyakimaru were talking, it was before that guy showed up that fed people to the demons. They were sitting and he was saying, I want to hear more stories from you, Dororo. And you could really see him becoming human on the inside because he wasn't ever able to be totally human, even like regardless of his fake body parts and everything. He could never be human because he couldn't hear like a normal human. He couldn't see like a normal human. He couldn't touch or feel or talk whatever with like a normal human. So obviously he didn't have that humanity we're used to from other people. So Dororo said, you're becoming different, but that was in a good way because he was starting to understand like that, just that communication with another human being made him gave him a little bit more humanity, which he couldn't be raised with because of his lack of body and senses. But after that thing with when Dororo was almost killed because he couldn't save her because he didn't have his body, his resolve definitely strengthened because he felt so helpless in that moment. Like imagine imagine if you, it's actually a theme that's apparent a lot in anime where someone loses someone dear to them and then they become strong because they feel like if only I had the strength then. It's very human. I just saw it as Yaki remembering how much he loves Dororo and how painful it would be to lose her again. Remember the time with the sharks, and showing how Yakimaru isn't just walking with blind fury. He's still being rational, though neither of these statements deny what you're saying. I'm not arguing against you. Yeah, like, if they want to fight him and call him a demon, and all he wants, he would not give a fuck about any person. He would go straight to the demons that took his body and just take his body back. They're the ones opposing him. They're the ones attacking him. 3 versus 1. Shooting arrows. Bombing white horses. All he's doing is defending himself on the way to get his fucking body back. If he gets his fucking body back and the demons are what... Don't blame him that you can't run a country. Don't blame him that you can't, I don't know, save your people from sickness and famine and shit. That shit is natural. You need to figure it out. The world does shit like this. There's tsunamis, I don't know, to balance out nature when otherwise the whole world would have probably been overrun by now. I'm not saying, oh, we need tsunamis, we need famine, we need sickness like cancer so that people die sooner so that the world doesn't get overpopulated. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's natural shit that we don't have control over. What we do have control over is figuring out how to deal with famine, countries helping other countries. We're looking for cures for cancer. When there's a tsunami, we reach out as people to help that town, whatever, because it's natural. We're not controlling it, but we can help. We can find cures, we can find solutions. But fucking giving a kid to demons is only gonna come bite you in the ass, because killing innocent people is not natural. Okay, let me watch the next episode. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for putting up with my ranting. I'm aware that getting triggered is not solving anything. Being triggered and shouting my feelings isn't making anyone going to be agreeing with me. There's people that feel that way, people that feel this way, and shouting at each other isn't gonna solve shit. It's only gonna put defenses up, and it's gonna be like, I'm right. If you're one of the people that think Daigo did the right thing by sacrificing his innocent baby son to the demons and, you know, them eating him, whatever, if you're fine with him doing that and you think that everything would have been fine and perfect and normal and lovely if Yakimaru just stayed dead, god damn it. If you're one of those people, because I'm not, but if you are, that's fine. And I hope that one day when our world crashes down, that you give your life to save the rest of us, because since you're the one that believes that's the right thing to do, you're the one that should get to do it for us, of course, you know? Okay, see you guys next time. I mean, in the next video.